Hello, everyone. This is Gilbert here, Styrene Syndicate. Now, we've been gone a while. We haven't been our usual selves here, life and all that stuff. But we're going to try to get back to our regular schedule, which is every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks. And we've been gone a while. Oh, Jesus, hold on, stupid. So somebody's got their all that stuff. But we're going to try. Okay, that was me. I'm sorry. That was me. I forgot to mute the thing when it started. Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay. I'm the one who did it last night.
Yep. Now, here we go. Today, we've got a guest here. It's John Sharp, Sharpie's Models. We're going to try to do this every 2 weeks. We're going to try to bring on some members of the community, introduce them to you. And, they have YouTube channels, things like that. We'll ask them a few questions, same thing what they do over at the live crew. Basically what we used to do before we took our little hiatus here. We also have somebody in our chat here that you guys that do our hangouts. You guys know who he is. That's Mick Doherty. We'll get to that in a minute. He's a moderator on the Facebook pages and also on their Google Plus pages. But we'll get to that in a second. Without any ado, you guys know him. There's Richard Whalen. What up, brother Rich?
Voila!
How you doing, brother?
If I was any better, I'd be twins, sir.
You'd be twins, huh? How's your day going? Pretty good?
Good. It's
All right. Now from that we'll switch over to our good friend over here, Steve Sutton, Scale Model Kit Review. What's up, Steve?
What's up, guys? I hope everybody's having a great Saturday. I'm glad to be here. If I can talk, there we go.
Awesome. How's the weather there by you today? Is it nice? Hot?
Yeah, it's actually cooled off for us. We have some rain in the forecast and cooler weather.
Awesome. Now we're going to switch over here, and I'm going to introduce you guys to our newest member of the Styrene Syndicate as far as the moderators are concerned. This is Mick Doherty. He's, like I said, he's a moderator on our Facebook page. He's also a moderator over at Red Dragon Model Works. When I'm not doing hangouts, Mick will be doing them on his either on the Facebook, the Google Plus, but he's also does them off of his YouTube page, which is I'll let him talk about it. Hey, so what's going on there, brother Mick?
Hey, how's it going, brothers?
How you doing, bro?
Oh, doing pretty good. Kind of been sleeping in, recovering from Liam's first week back to school.
Sweet. Now, after we got a guest today, so once we're done with our guest here, I'd like to get to you and we'll talk to you and ask you a few questions. Let the community know who you are, what your interests are, et cetera, et cetera. So you hang in there for a minute. I'll get back to you in a minute. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we got my good friend here, John Sharp, Sharpie's Models. What's up, John?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Gil?
Pretty good, brother. Pretty good, man. I know. I want to thank you for doing this in the last minute.
Yep, no problems.
So I appreciate it. So I'm going to run real quick. We're going to do a few things here real quick, John, and then we're going to get to some questions with you. So if you feel free, you're a part of the thing with us, man. If you got any questions, you feel free to ask, brother. So
will do.
All right. So I'm going to start over here with my brother Richard. Richard, what have you been up to on that bench of yours since we've been on our little vacay?
Man, I've been building like crazy. Holy guacamole! Got a lot done. A lot of filler. So some of the stuff that GW has come out with lately is pretty sweet, right? And they just came out with 8th edition, and I think on our last live show anyway, we were talking about that stuff was coming out, right? It was all coming. It was going to be here someday, right? Well, it's here, and 8th edition. The book is pretty thick. Right?
Now, is that the book I need to pick up, Richard?
No, you actually already have this one.
Well, that was the one that came with the set I got. The one I need is the Gray Knights, right? They're Codex.
Yes, and I actually have that. I'm going to show it in just a second. So in this book, there's a lot of artwork. There's a lot of miniatures, background fluff for all the different pieces to the army, all the different troop types, things like that. They got a whole lot of cool pictures of of painted miniatures in this book. One of the things is looking at this, it doesn't look like they've streamed down the rules at all, right? But they actually have. Let me just flip to it. I should have probably tabbed this out, but in here there are. I'll show you all of the rules. It's pretty insane. This book is huge, but that's the rules to this game.
Now, was that normally thicker than that? Was there a lot?
Oh yeah. It was way more than this.
Yeah.
That was
So most of the book is background and cool, interesting stuff. Lots of pictures in it, lots of miniatures in there to give you inspiration for things. So I mean, even if you don't, if you don't play the game, if you end up with the book, there's a whole lot of stuff in it for you to peruse over, right? So the next thing that came out is they got new codices coming out, right?
Right. Now that's the one that's an Alpha Marines you got right there, right?
This is just a regular Space Marine, right? For regular Space Marine armies. This covers the new Marines that they came out with.
The Primaris Marines.
Right, Primaris Marines. And this is kind of the same thing. You got lots of cool pictures, lots of background, lots of artwork for basically these are the good guy Marines. Anyway, the point is, in these books, they have come so far. I mean, the amount of stuff that's in these books is just insane.
Now, what is the price of the book?
It's this one was $60.
Right? Space Marine one.
Space Marine, and it's because it's actually. So I have the Grey Knights as well.
Okay, so that's the one I need to pick up. Is that Grey Knights one?
Right. So this one is the Space Marines. This one is the Grey Knights. Right.
Okay.
So you got a lot more stuff because this covers a lot of different armies. Actually,
Gotcha.
Right. But with the Grey Knights, this is the one that you need.
Now,
John, do you still play?
I don't play, but I do keep fairly up to date on it all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know all the factions and what's going on with it.
Gotcha. So what's the 666 chapter?
That is these guys. They are the 666th chapter.
Now those are Primaris Marines, though.
No, these are Grey Knights.
Oh, sweet.
So that's what I was telling you before. Actually, Grey Knights are, without a doubt, the most detailed Marines there are. Right? And guys can argue about it, whatever. But really, when you look at the miniatures themselves, they have so much filigree on every Marine. Just the regular guys have tons and tons of detail. Right? They put a lot of effort, and it shows in the price.
Okay.
They're not cheap. Now, this book was only $40.
Yeah. Now that's the one I need to pick up, though.
Yeah, and because it covers just one army, and that's the Grey Knights.
And well, that's for what I have. I've got the Grey Knights, so that'll cover what I need for right now.
Everything you need, exactly. Like here's your
right
Knight, right?
Right.
And you get the flyers that the Marines have. Mm-hmm. So lots of changes. 8th edition has come a long way. Lots and lots of changes in 8th edition.
There's a few other things. I know you got some minis there that you have done, and I want to get into that, and take a look at those because you've been doing a lot of work. I want to talk about that nice little cave you've been building down there too, because the last time you didn't have that done yet,
No, the last time I think I was on a milk crate.
Cool. Yeah. So let me switch over here real quick to Steve, Mr. Steve from Scale Model Kit Review. Now, ladies, brothers and sisters, if you guys know who he is, this is Steve Sutton. He's got his YouTube page, Scale Model Kit Review. You also got a blog that you're doing now, right, Steve?
Yeah, I've been doing a blog basically to post up photographs of all the sprue parts, close-up detail shots of the parts. Instead of throwing them into video, I just figured they'll be in the blog.
Yeah, I want to talk to you a little bit about that a little later on in the show, about what brought you to why you went that route, You also have a few other communities, and I want to talk about that too a little later on. You know, you've got a couple other communities on Facebook, you know, like with Star Wars and Star Trek and things like that there. So, but anything you want to show real quick before we move on? I mean, what have you been up to?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and go to my workbench here real quick.
Sure.
And what I got, thank you guys. I picked up this little box set today at my local game store.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Of course, it has tons of skulls in it. So you don't necessarily need to be a gamer to want these, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, you guys are sending me to the dark side, obviously, so I picked up this beauty right here.
Wow, look at that.
Out of time.
It's got a Hydra.
Very cool.
What sold me on it was just all the different gun options that this thing has.
Check that out. Do you get the actual soldiers with it also? I wonder.
I think they give you just the one soldier.
Yeah, you do. Just the guys in the back.
Yeah, you got the two guys at the back. I've got one downstairs painted up.
Oh, nice.
But do you get the guy that's kneeling also and the guy standing up?
Yeah, you get the two guys that are on it, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And they had others. They had other sets with tanks. I was thinking about getting those later. But
Nice.
So Steve, I got a question. What army is that, my friend?
It doesn't matter. I just love the tank, man.
That's what happened to me.
That's awesome. That is awesome. You were so hooked, dude.
I was doing the same thing. I didn't have no plans on an army, and then all of a sudden it just morphed in that. You know, now I'm building an army. So
yeah. So I'm hooked. Definitely hooked.
So
that's about it for me. I've been just gonna be also doing the group build for the Trek Works.
Oh, boys,
boys,
Nice. So that's what you're gonna do.
That's the Horizon Wolfman. That's what I'll be doing. It's all vinyl.
Now, how long is
it? But I'll build it.
Steve, how long is Boyd's group build running? Is that just for Halloween?
Yeah, it's going to be just for Halloween. It's going to end. Actually, it's going to end October 28th, I believe.
I got to get on the ball, man. I got to get myself one of those kits.
Yeah, and there's a couple others. There's a couple other Halloween group builds.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who's doing them.
Nice.
That's just my memory, but.
Cool. Now, I want to get into what you got on your bench because I know you've been working on a few things. We'll get into that in a second here. So
okay.
I'm going to move on now, and I want to talk to Mick. Mick, we were talking. You're muted there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I got a kid running around here.
Okay, so Mick, before we get to John here, I want to. I'm going to go. Real quick, I'm going to do something here with give the shout outs in the chat. So, but before we do that, I want to ask, what, as far as like building, I know you picked up, was it a boat? It was a boat.
I've been working on a Vosper mortar torpedo boat, World War II.
Okay.
From Airfix in 1:72 scale.
Is that the same one? That's not the same one that Vinny's doing, is it?
No. Vinny's is a PBR rivercraft in Vietnam.
Okay. How do you like that kit?
Actually, I'm really impressed with it for what I've spent. I mean, the only problem I've really had with it is there's a lot of flash to clean off. It's a 4-piece hull with the transom, the sides, and the bottom.
Okay.
And whoever boxed it took the bottom piece off the tree and left some pretty good bite marks into the rim there that I'm slowly repairing and building back up with putty.
Gotcha. Now is that an older kit or is that a new? I'm not too hip to the air fixes, so.
Well, according to the copyright molded into it, 1971.
Okay, so it's an older kit. Okay.
Yeah, but for a 70s kit, the detail's pretty crisp and clean.
All right.
Comes with complete with your crew.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean it's not. It was a $30 purchase at my hobby shop just because I needed something to do to take my mind off that Liberator.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, I want to talk about that in a little bit, man. So, but let me go to the real quick, guys. Thanks, Mick. I got a couple questions for you after we talk to John here, though. I just want to real quick. I'm going to go right here to the chat. Say hello to everybody. We have Matt Paps in the house there. Hello, how you doing, Matt? Josh Risen, what up, Josh? Mr. Mini Dreams, what up? Dave also bought a box of those skulls, and he picked up a couple other things, I believe, from there.
Nice.
Yeah, we got let's see. They're talking between each other, so we're gonna leave. Yeah. Okay. So let me go back to John now. So now, John, if you guys got any questions for John in the chat, please, by all means, man, put it in there. Ask him anything. We're gonna ask him a couple questions. So I want to introduce. This is John Sharp. Now your YouTube channel is Sharpie's Models, right, John?
Yes, that's what I'm posting on the chat.
Now, how long have you had that your YouTube channel?
Coming up to a year. Only really last sort of 6 months I've been posting regularly on it.
Now I know that you're a regular over at the live crew with ISM.
Yeah.
I know that they did they interviewed you there also, and I'd like to for our guys over there that don't watch that, I wanted to bring some of you guys on here also. So if anybody here, if you guys got any questions for him, please by all means, Richard, Steve, Mick. But I want to ask you, how long have you been building models, John?
About 2.5 years. Although, as most of us probably, as a small child, you buy the Airfix kit from the local toy shop, as it was then.
Okay.
86. Then in my later teenage years, I did some Warhammer. Warhammer 40,000, Space Marine, all the various games. Then I moved on to radio control, and I've come back to scale modeling.
Now, I've seen some of your work. Now, what do you prefer? Do you prefer doing the miniatures from 40K, things like that, or do you prefer the scale model end of it? I mean, or you don't have a preference?
The usual ongoing joke is Russian armor, but I'll build whatever takes my fancy. So I'll build fantasy, sci-fi, cars, tanks, planes, helicopters.
Now you're a good builder too, though, man. I mean, once you start, man, it's like whoo, What you got?
Work in progress. Current work in progress is Dragon King Tiger.
Look at that.
Nice.
Thrill tracks, which I started this time last week.
Yeah, I was actually about to mention that that I saw your post of that build.
Yeah, he started that last week, man. It would have taken me a week just to do those tracks.
And last ones I completed, I say, to show a slight difference, was the Revell Porsche 918.
Yeah, that's fair.
That color.
Yeah, that color is. I remarked about that color. I really like the way that green came out. I like that came out really nice.
Yeah, and another recent finish was again, took me about a week. It's the Meng's BMPT Terminator.
I've got that kit too. How did that build up? What did you find it, building that? Is there anything because I'm going to build a Balthazar.
Nothing tricky. I mean, the tracks, yes, there were a lot of pieces, but they went together fine, no problems. Yeah, it's a really nice kit to build. Nothing difficult at all.
So the only thing that's missing is some orcs. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, right. Orcs, wah. Yeah.
Right. For the wah.
Yeah, orcs are funny, but I was always an Eldar player for 40k.
Eldars.
I've not got any of my 40k models up here at the moment, but I do have the Megas that I built.
Oh, great googly moogly.
And,
I saw that at the shop today.
Yeah.
Look at all those ghosts around it too. Oh, that's wicked cool.
Yeah, I've got one of those. When I saw you building that up, I picked one up, and yeah, that's just
Wait, are those books flying around?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the 9 books of Nagash. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, put it up again. It shows. Yeah, look at that.
Nice work.
You can't get a decent angle on it, but there's even a ghost coming out of the book that's in his hand.
That is cool. Now you've done a couple of busts and stuff also.
Nice.
I know you got the little Jessica Rabbit there.
Funny you should mention that, Gil.
Just reaching for.
Man, look at the red on that.
Yeah, that is just Tamiya red over a Createx Pearl Silver.
Yeah, that is pretty. Well, I like that red. I love that red, the way it came out. Now, who made that? Where's that kit from? Who manufactured it?
A retro kits.
Okay.
Resin cards. I got it from UMP Retail.
Do they still carry it? UMP?
Yes. I think it's currently in stock, actually.
Oh, I'm gonna have to grab one. I'm gonna have to get
It
one.
almost looks like one of those Jimmy Flintstone kits.
Yeah, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say she's a. Nice.
It's not bad.
Simple one.
She's drawn that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
Did a nice job painting it too. Do you have any future plans, like to do some, because I've been getting more and more into these figures, like the more historical busts, things, or do you like more the fantasy end of it?
Yeah, as I say, I build things as they take my fancy, so I will probably at some point end up paintings and building one of everything.
Yeah. I got you.
Joke is that probably won't take me too long.
Now, why a YouTube channel? What brought you to? Why did you want to start a YouTube channel? And everybody's got a different reason why they did it.
Well, originally I started because I was obviously commenting in the chat on the ISM live show.
Uh-huh.
I happened to realise one day I had about 25 subscribers and no content. So I thought I'd do a quick little hello video.
Okay.
Just do that, and then I did a couple more little update videos. Just filmed on my tablet. The first 4 or 5 videos are absolutely awful quality. But then as I got going, I started getting a few more subscribers. I thought, maybe I'll do a couple of reviews of kits, because at the time I was quite flush and was buying lots of kits. And then people started asking me questions. So now I basically run it because I enjoy doing it.
Uh-huh.
And I want to help other people in the community. So if I've got a tip, I can share it. People can see it.
Mm-hmm.
If I review a kit, then people can see whether it's an absolute box of garbage or the plastic looks okay. Mm-hmm. At the moment, I've just started doing a full build series on the Tamiya Su-76 Russian tank destroyer.
Right.
Again, just show how I do things, the way I do things, and explain why I do them that way.
Awesome. Hey guys, anybody got a question for him? Richard, Steve, Mick?
Your tracks there. How long does it normally take you to do those?
The tracks on the Tiger?
Yeah.
They took me.
Oops.
Give it a second.
Yeah, I froze out. Sorry there, guys.
Well, no, Gil's frozen too.
Yeah, something happened to all of us.
Yeah.
You're frozen there, John.
All right, how's that? Better?
Yes. John's still frozen.
Yeah.
It happened to everybody.
Yeah, that was strange, huh? Yeah. Huh.
Ghost in the machine.
Yeah, it happens. It's YouTube.
Yep.
Well, we'll wait when he gets back. We'll get to that. We'll get back to John in a minute then.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions when he comes back.
Yeah, you there, John? Let's see. While we're doing that, Mick, you want to read some of these questions that we got in the chat there? Let's see.
Oh, okay, well, don't seem to have too many in. Wow.
Yeah, Josh is in the lottery. Minnie says he just picked up his first few sets of Games Workshop stuff, and so far he's impressed. Did you see that post that he put up on the Syndicate there? There he is.
Yep.
You're back.
Yeah. Somehow randomly.
Yeah, we had a little ghost in the machine there. All right, Steve. Steve had a couple of questions for you. So go ahead, Steve.
If I can remember what they are now. Well, anyway.
How did you build those tracks?
Well, yeah, I never got an answer for how you built the tracks.
Right. Yeah. How long it took you to put those together?
Yeah, did it crash? It was, I think, about 5 or 6 hours to put those together from start to finish, from bright silver, drill them, wash them, burnish them, and assemble them.
Now that burnishing fluid,
Takes a lot of patience, definitely.
the UMP burnishing fluid, how long do you leave them sit in there to burnish them? Right. There you go. How long?
It was about 10 minutes.
And then when you take them out, do you have to wash them with like a dishwashing soap just to make sure you get all the fluid off, or just rinse them?
I just rinsed them with water. I chucked them in my decal water mug, and then ran that under the sink or faucet for a while, and then just put them on some kitchen roll paper to dry off.
Cool. Now, Steve, did you remember your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I went to your YouTube channel there, John, and first thing I noticed was the red star. So why the interest with the Soviet stuff or the Russian stuff?
Well, it kind of started out as a joke with the Lenin cat as the avatar, and I do enjoy building the Russian armor. Not to knock anyone who enjoys building German armor, but I prefer the look of the Russian armor.
Mm-hmm.
You tend not to get as many rivet counters either.
Okay, yeah, because not many people know much about them, do they?
Yeah, we all know. I mean, I don't necessarily know about in the States, but in Europe, we all know about the Western Front. Everyone knows what happened in Europe during World War II.
Yeah.
But not a lot is known about the Eastern Front. And that's kind of what interested me and piqued my interest. Then you see some of the weird and wacky designs they had, things like the KV-2 with the 6-inch howitzer and the big refrigerator-shaped turret.
Yeah. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. That's I have here recently. I never really thought much about the Russian armor until you do some research and find out just how dominating they were against the German tanks. They had just so many more T-34s than there were, the Germans. But yeah,
so the T-34 was the best tank of the war. It was as good as it needed to be and no better.
Yeah, just ugly, but it was pretty good. Mick, you got any questions? Any other questions for him?
Yeah, that military bulldozer you did not too long ago.
Yes, the D9R, which I did actually happen to bring up with me.
I was really impressed with that build, man.
Now that's a Mung, right? That's a Mung kit. That's from Mung.
Mung, yeah, Mang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomato, yep.
Yeah, that's say straight out the box build. Try and get the sheen. Yeah.
What do you got a flag on the blade there?
That's a little bit of a joke. It's a Palestinian flag on an Israeli bulldozer.
Now, how long did it take you to put it together?
Again, that I think it was 11 days from start to finish.
And what did you paint it with?
That is AK cyanide grey 53 and about 300 layers of wash over the top of it.
300 layers. That's awesome.
Yeah. Did you use UMP wash or did you make your own?
It is UMP in the main. It's a mixture of the mud and concrete and light dirt.
Cool. Richard, you got something for him?
So your
because Richard is a resident Warhammer geek. You know, he's the professor.
Yeah, we can geek together.
That's what I was going to say. I kind of figured you guys would geek out here because. So go ahead, Richard.
Well, I was going to say. So I see all the models behind your head, right? I see all of those, and I'm thinking to myself, how many of those can be converted to other stuff? That's what I'm thinking about all those ones. So no, really, your favorite army was Eldar, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So star cannons, yes or no?
Oh hell yeah!
If
you want to make a Space Marine player cry.
Right, absolutely. God, star cannons. Hate star cannons. Ugh.
I got a yes or no for him, man.
What was that?
I got a yes or no for him.
What's that?
The Tiger Tank and Kelly's Heroes, yes or no?
Oh no.
No?
That's a Russian tank, you know.
Exactly.
So they used the wrong tank.
There's a reason I generally refer to Tigers, King Tigers, and Yag Tigers as Target, King Target, and Yag Target.
Now, the reason why I said that because that Tiger tank in that movie was actually a Russian T-34, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was. It certainly wasn't a Tiger because there weren't any running at the time.
Yeah. Have you ever built any ships, naval ships?
I did do one. I built a 1700 USS Coronado, and I just got so bored with it, I launched it out the cave window, and it landed in the pond in the back garden.
Because I'm gonna, when we get back to Mick here, he's got a beast over there. I think it's got its own bedroom too. You know.
Yeah, I know Mick loves building his ships. They don't do anything for me.
No, not at all.
No.
Now, what is
I love reading about them, reading about all the great battles. But
now
building them just bores me.
Airbrushes. What airbrushes do you use, John?
At the moment, I've got an Iwata HPC Plus and a Neo.
A Neo. Paints. What are your favorite paints?
I
mean, are you one of those? Because you know where I'm going to come with this. Are you one of those that despises acrylic or loves lacquer or vice versa? Or, you know,
I generally use what works or what is appropriate. So I've got quite a lot of Model Air, Game Air, Tamiya, Citadel, Life Color.
Yeah.
Model Color.
Favorite sanding stick?
UMP, obviously.
Why?
There's, well, you know the amount I build.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm heavy on my sanding sticks just because of the amount I use them.
Right.
And they're the ones I found last the longest and the most consistent.
Do you know who Bill West is, right?
Bill West, yeah. He's doing the comparison.
Yeah, he's doing a comparison. And last night, man, he's doing a comparison to another brand, and he's putting them through his paces, you know, and he's got no love for the other brand, man. I mean, compared to, and he's trying to be as because he paid for them out of his own pocket, so he's trying to do
he's been very diplomatic and very honest about it.
Yep. Now, as far as the washes, do you make your own? Or I know you use the UMP, but do you make your own also?
Again, depends on the situation. I use the UMP. I use the Citadel shades. I'll thin down oils. I've got the some of the AK and the MIG enamel washes. Again, I've got a few inks as well that I'm starting to learn how to use from watching you.
Yeah, I love using ink. Yeah,
and I'm just
whatever works.
I use whichever tool is most appropriate for the job at hand or that I've got.
Awesome.
And Richard, it's just something that will scare Richard. Yep. Show you how long I've been doing Citadel for. Remember them ones?
Oh yeah.
How how old is that? I've never seen one of those.
That is way old. That's 80.
That is probably about 23 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Richard probably got some of those in a box somewhere, man. How long have you been doing that, Richard, with the Warhammer? From the beginning?
For 30 years, as long as 40K's been around.
We're gonna have to do a show on that and just interview you and talk about that, because you've been around the block with that Warhammer since the beginning, man. You know.
Yeah. Before it was popular, when we were still all just geeks. Just saying.
Yeah, I remember playing Rogue Trader.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got anything else you'd like to ask, Mick?
No, I'm good. However, there was a comment up here in the comment section. Someone asked if you like to build out of the box or if you prefer a lot of aftermarkets. Let's see who. I have to scan back now to find the question and see who it was that asked it.
It depends on the kit. There are some where I've used quite a bit of aftermarket. Most of the time I build out of the box. If there's also things like the Dozer, the King Target, the Terminator. They're out of the box, other than the tracks on the King Target.
Now, what are your thoughts on photo etch?
I'm usually fine with it. I'm pretty good with small, fiddly, delicate things. So
now, do you go the whole route like some of us do? Which I'm pretty sure you do. But for the people that are watching, do you use the photo etch bender, or do you use tweezers and just do it? Or
I've got a small etch bender. Other than that, I've got a pair of smooth-jawed, flat-nosed pliers, tweezers, fingers, soldering iron, super glue. That's pretty much all I use.
Nice. Steve, you got anything else?
No, actually I don't. I just look forward to watching more of John's videos as he puts them out. I'd like to see a video of the Porsche you finished up.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did do a review of it, but I haven't done a sort of finished build thing. I might have to do a kind of...
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the other thing, I did have another question.
Go ahead.
What part of England are you from?
I am in Norfolk, which is the fat bit sticking out the right-hand side if you look at the map.
Okay, yeah. Most of my family lives near Colchester.
Not too far away.
Yes, you were born there, weren't you?
Yeah, I was born in Malden.
Yeah.
Richard?
Yeah, I'm just,
What now?
just southeast of Norwich.
Awesome.
Yep.
Anything, Richard? Any Warhammer questions? Anything you'd like to know?
So do you remember the VDR rules? Were you around for them?
I'm aware of them. Whether I can remember them or not, I don't know.
Vehicle design rules. That's when you could take all of those kits behind you and bash up your own stuff and make, and actually play it in the game. So there is a rumor that there's going to be a new chapter approved book, which is where those rules originally were way back, 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So the rumor is it's going to be in the new chapter approved book. What are your thoughts on that?
So that'll be very, very cool. It will save people money as well.
Absolutely.
Scale models aren't designed to be handled like Warhammer models are.
Right.
So all the delicate parts, you're going to break them more regularly, but the models in general are probably going to be cheaper.
Absolutely.
If you pick up, say, a Tamiya T62, they're £15–20.
Yep.
If you're replacing a Lehman Russ with that, I think they're about 35.
Or more now, 45. Yeah.
It's been a long while since I bought a Lehman Russ.
Yep. I was going to say, you just aged yourself there, brother.
Well, my original Nagash was made out of white metal.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there you go. And it weighs about 65 pounds.
Yeah, I think he cost £15, solid white metal.
Yep.
And now he's 65 in styrene.
Right. And he's plastic. Right.
Yeah, Richard said box full of this white metal. So what is it? What was the name of that game, Richard? The figures? What is that?
Well, a lot of it is War Machine, but there's a bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of GW stuff in there.
That box probably weighs about 70 damn pounds, man.
It is a brick.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when the poor lady brought it to the door here, man. She looked at me like, "What do you got in here? Bricks?"
Well, it was a brick of lead, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. So I got one more question for you here, John, and this is about the community in general.
Yeah.
What do you think about the community in general, and what you see going on in it, whether it be good or bad? What do you think? What do you think about it in general?
In general, overall, it's a good community. 99.9% of people are friendly, helpful, giving, knowledgeable, willing to learn, willing to share. There's that small 0.1 percentage that I could go off on a rant.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's what it is, though. You know,
they try and spoil it for the rest of us, and you need to have moderators to delete comments in chats or kick people out of groups.
Now, this leads me into the other part of this question. I see a lot of guys that go into like the Patreon and things like that. There, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are, some people complain even about if someone monetizes their YouTube channel. Now, it's your channel. You can do what you want with it. If you want to monetize it, fair, fine. You know, if you're going to use an ad blocker, doesn't make any difference. Patreon, go for it. If people don't want to pay for it, they won't. There's no having to pay to get any content. You just, it's entirely up to you whether you pay or not. You're not being forced to.
So where do you see your channel going? What is it that you want to do with your channel as we close this interview now? Your channel, please put it in guys, anybody out there watching, if you see it, you see his name there, you could click on off to the right. You'll see the three little dots. Click on that, subscribe to him, man. Subscribe to his channel. You also got like Tiny Admiral, Scale Model Kit Review, Cashworks. I mean, Richard don't have much on there yet, but he will. I'll get him there.
Yeah, I'm going to give John a shout out on one of my next videos. So
awesome. So what do you want out of your channel, John? And please tell us what the name of your channel is. Also, I mean,
Sharpie's models. I'll post in the chat in a moment. Basically, I just want it to grow. I enjoy filming the videos, the interaction with people. As long as I've got things I can offer, whether it be reviews, how I do, because I don't call them tutorials, because it's just the way I do it. It might not be the best way, might not be the right way, but it's a way.
Exactly.
Right.
So I just as long as I'm enjoying it, having fun, and it grows slowly, sensibly. I'm not looking to become a YouTube sensation or have 7 million subscribers and earn a living off of it, because it's not going to happen. I'm under no illusions of that. Just want to have fun.
Awesome.
Share the love, as it were.
Awesome. So any advice you got for anybody that starting out in the hobby, trying to build up their little stash or their tool thing? Any advice you got for them? Anybody watching?
Yeah. Buy what you want and what you can afford. When you're starting out, yes, start out with a 172 Epic Spitfire or Revell or whichever is in your country, or whatever you can get. Don't feel bad. If you look at your model and you think it doesn't look very good, I'm not going to post it anywhere because people take the mickey out of it. They won't. Well, dependent on the group, there are certain places where, yeah.
Right.
Places like the Syndicate, Red Dragon Model Works, ISM, you'll only get critique if you ask for it. And yeah, that's, just enjoy it, have fun, don't be scared to ask questions. People will help, people will answer. we'll do it for fun. Well, not all of us. Commission builders slightly different, but 99.9% of us are here to have fun, relax, enjoy our hobby, and just be part of a community.
Awesome.
Which is what YouTube, Facebook, and all that offers these days, rather than sitting alone in your basement for hours on end.
Now, where can people find you when you're not, posting online and stuff? I know you guys do a thing on Friday, so please give a shout out to it, man. I mean, what?
I'm on the Friday night live at the bench. I've got to grab my little ad. I'll grab the proper advertising hoarding. Just got all of them on there.
And that's with International Scale Modeler. Now, what do they do on Fridays?
It's a live show starting at 7:30 p.m. UK time. I'm not entirely sure how that equates.
It's 1 o'clock here. It's 1 o'clock in Central Time. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and it's a similar thing. It's light-hearted. It's a show about models, modeling, having a laugh with your friends, show off what people have been working on, what people in the group outside of the live crew have been working on, what new kits are coming up, what's been bought lately. And we just have a laugh.
Awesome. And that's every Friday. So
Friday. Yep.
Anybody out there watching, you can find that on the International Scale Modeler on YouTube. They also have a forum. Am I correct?
Yep, it's a free to sign up, free to join forum at intscalemodeler.com. I don't post on there as often as I should, ever since the photo bucket thing.
That threw me for a loop. I had to figure out different things. Yep.
Yeah, and there's the Facebook group as well, so the YouTube channel. I don't have my own Facebook group because I'm not big enough, as it were, to warrant it, and I just confuse myself with the extra tech. So I won't necessarily accept random friend requests. It's nothing against the person. It's just my Facebook page is my private Facebook page. I don't have a separate modeling page.
Well, I want to thank you for again, you took this on the short notice. I know, and I want to thank you for that, man. Thank you for.
No worries.
And you guys got anything that you want to say to them before we move on? Richard?
No, you're an Eldar player, and I've learned enough. Just saying.
Steve?
I can talk all night if you want.
Oh yeah. Hey, we're gonna be on after this, so I'm just saying.
Stick around.
No, I constantly watch the ISM show every Friday, so I just look forward to watching your next show and watching your videos, John.
Awesome.
Always, thank you very much, Steve. I always say hello to you in the chat as well.
There you go. You want to say anything to him before we move on? You got anything else?
No, just pretty much to echo Steve's sentiment there. I watch the shows on the Fridays and see a lot of your good posts in numerous groups that I'm in, and work's always quality, top notch.
Sweet. All right. Now we're going. Thanks a lot, John. I appreciate you doing this, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Anytime, brother. You're always welcome here. Now you can always find him. He's like he said, he doesn't have a private YouTube or Facebook page, but he's got a YouTube page, and he'll put it up here on the link in the chat. If you please, you guys go ahead and check it out. He tries to give you, like he does things. He's not trying to tell you it's the right way or the wrong way. He's just showing you how he does things, and and you know what? There's some good knowledge there, man. So you guys subscribe to him also. And you also can find them on the live on Friday the ISM thing. So I call them the 2 Live crew, but you can find them on Friday.
You're raising yourself.
I've always said this. I've always called it the 2 Live crew, So, but now, thank you, John. I appreciate you. So we'll check out anybody got any questions here. Let me go take a look real quick. Mini Dream says UMP also for him. Gary Meeks in the house. He said his first build was as an adult too. Said he built his first build was HMS Victory.
Oh, well done building that.
Yeah, you got Matt Paps. He's got a question for you. Matt Paps, he says, do you prefer out of the box bills or ones with loads of aftermarket?
So it depends on the kit. For example, the Hobby Boss SU-27 flanker that I built just before Christmas last year, that had a lot of aftermarket on it. But most of the time, I don't. It's only if I feel the kit really needs it, or if I've bought a kit off of somebody, won it on an auction or off eBay, and it comes with a set of frill tracks or an etch set. Other than that, I generally build out of the box. I might scratch build a little bit of stuff, but other than that.
Cool. We got Josh Rysdam. He says, do you follow actual paint references or do you paint what you think is good? Do you just go by what you feel or do you follow, like on the box it tells you to color it this way, or you just do it, your way?
Well, if we take the King Target as an example, pull that out. The base color is Tamiya Dunkelgelb, dark yellow, which is what it should be. But because it's German armor and I can't bring myself to use the correct colors, I actually used Game Air Dark Flesh and a slightly lightened RAF Dark Green.
Yeah, that's a nice tank. Is that the one with the interior?
No, this is the old Dragon kit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Maine. Okay, yeah.
So there's no interior on that, but it does weigh about half a ton with those tracks on.
I've got a nice one. I think the one you sent me, Steve, wasn't that a white box? It's a King Tiger, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve? That's that well sought after. It's not a King Tiger. It's a Tiger One.
A Tiger One. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that one is
white box.
Yeah.
Dave Mini Greens. He says.
That's the one.
Oh, look at that. Oh, so that's the one that you just built. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I love the balls. Now, Mini Dreams, he says you're very easy to talk to and fun to be silly with. He appreciates you as being one of his friends and supporters on his side of the hobby.
Thank you very much, Dave. You too.
You got Brett. He says, Sharpie, what's up, my brother?
Yeah, Brett.
Let's see.
Mountain Man.
I'm trying to catch. I'm trying to go through this and find any other questions here. That was Mini Dreams. He says UMP for him. Also, we got Jim Jammin' Model Works. What's up, Joe? Let's see. Does anybody have any questions for him before we move on? I don't see it. You don't see any other ones there, Mick? Oh, he says, Mini Dream says his favorite video of John's is when he kills a jar of pickled eggs.
That was actually in an ISM hangout, an off-air one, and I sat and ate a jar of 8 pickled eggs and drank the vinegar.
Oh,
Yeah.
You didn't want to be around the next day.
Oh yeah, no.
I was gonna say.
I can only imagine.
All right, I'm gonna thank you, John. I appreciate it. If you want to stick around, man, stick around.
I'll stick around for a bit. Yep. If I see any questions in the chat, I'll answer them in the chat.
No problem. All right, Richard, I want to get to you now. What have you got on your desk? What have you been working on, brother? And I know you've been working on some real way out stuff there, bro. What you got?
All right. So the last thing I worked on is this guy.
I wanted to talk to you about that. Now, for those that don't know, like Minnie's getting into this because we're pulling them into the dark side here. What exactly is that?
This is a Redemptor.
Oh, wait a minute. That door, it opens? I didn't know that. Look at that. Now, you didn't do that. That comes like that.
Yeah, it comes that way.
Okay. So what is it? Hip us to it. Educate us here.
So basically, this is there's a new set of Marines that they've put out to garner more money from us, or from me specifically. But anyway, this is the replacement. This is their version of a Dreadnought. Right?
Okay.
Now, Dreadnoughts are in the game. Do I have one around? See, I only have my versions of them. This is. Well, I don't really have the original dreadnought.
That's all right. That's all right.
So this is. I took those robots from the AdMech.
Okay.
There we go.
Uh-huh.
And I made dreadnoughts that I thought looked a little better, right?
Yeah, but those are all highly modified. That's not the way.
Yeah, that's way modified. It's got a whole lot of magnets on it and all kinds of stuff, right? So
Now,
size comparison.
wow, look at that. But that's two separate models you have there on your in your right hand.
Yeah, this actually, the upper is the original, is the new dreadnought. The lower part, the legs, are one of these guys' legs. These are from the AdMech. It's a tank, right?
Yeah, we saw those today. Yeah.
Yeah, the Onagi
I took the legs from this guy and put them under this guy before I even built. I don't even have the legs built for this guy because I didn't dig them, right? So I was thinking it needed something a little more beefier, right?
Okay.
So that's why I went with those. But now, so I've got extra legs to build two more when I take these guys apart. So I was working on this guy. I still gotta magnetize a few things and do it. One of the cool things is GW has in the past, it's much more money in their pocket if they don't build kits to where they are modular, right? Because these kits always come with options for weapons and arms and stuff like that, right? Well, GW is starting to listen to their constituents that we really need this, right? We need the ability to swap this stuff. So now I can take the other weapon arm that's over there and stick it on here.
Yeah, but how good is that plastic plug if you got to keep moving it in and out? Sooner or later, it's going to wear, isn't it?
Well, here's what I do. Now, I don't know if I've done this for years. I've always just drilled a hole if I didn't want to use magnets. I just drill a hole and put a pin, and then I put a little bit of blue tack in there.
Okay, so to hold it. Gotcha.
Right. And then once the blue tack wears out, I just put more in.
Nice.
And it holds it.
So that's going to be part of your army.
Yeah, that's part of these guys.
So how many other ones you got left? I mean, you're going to put more, I take it there's more than one. You're going to have maybe 3 or 4 of them, right?
Yeah, I got to put 2 more. I got to get 2 more of those guys. I mean, they're not cheap, but I'm like everybody else. I got a budget.
Right.
I can't just go out and buy everything all at once, right?
I hear you. So
yeah, I got to go buy 2 more.
Okay.
And then I'll be able to finish those guys.
Now, how about are you almost done with that man cave you got back there?
Well, you know what? Just about. There's a whole other section over here on the other side that's empty that I still got to build out. But this part is pretty close to being done.
Great. So what you got in your hand there? You were getting ready to show something there in your hand.
Well, I was going to show you the new. You could kind of think of them as Primaris Terminators.
Right. There you go. Oh, look at that. But those are highly modified also. That's not the way they.
Nope, that's right out of the box.
You're kidding me.
Nope. Well, except his head. I changed his head.
Now, can I use those? Can I get a couple of those, use them in my army, or are they too big?
Absolutely, you can. Yep.
Okay. I need to get a couple of those. Those would be more like specialists. Am I correct?
Yeah. In fact, you get 3 of them.
Okay.
You get 3 of them in the kit, and they form their own squad.
Cool. I like the armaments on them, the way they got
So I went digging through my archives of stuff, right? Because I knew I had some of these. This is from 1987.
Wow. How many of those you got? You probably got a crap load of those sitting in a storage shed somewhere.
I have 3 left. I mean, I used to get people
Oh,
into the hobby. Right? I would give this stuff away. I'm like, here, take one. No, because they were
I
cheap.
remember those.
John says he remembers those.
Oh yeah,
The original Shapeland Raiders.
I was remarking earlier, they kind of remind me of one of those little bobcats, you know?
right. So I'm going to put these in the same army.
Now, are you gonna? I know you got a different color that you're using. So, are you gonna have to purple pondos to redo?
Oh yeah, these got to get stripped.
Yeah, 'cause the color that you settled on is not that color you got in your hand.
You are absolutely correct, sir. Those are these are way different. Here, let me show you. So this is how I painted them before. And remember, I just stripped them like, I don't know, 200 dudes, right?
Right.
And I still got to strip all these Terminators.
In the back, yeah.
Yeah, I got to strip all those guys, but they're all painted with this paint scheme.
Yeah. That should be. I mean, is that the guns on those? Are those magnetized or they're glued on?
No, these are when Richie learned how to magnetize.
Oh, so they're cool. You can take them off then. Okay.
Yeah. They're once you put them in the pond. This is all assembled with super glue. So I mean,
Nice.
Once you put them in the water, it will come apart.
So you've been basically just getting your army ready for some paint, because I know I got two pieces here that belong to you that are your centerpiece of your army, your big things, you know.
That's right. Yes.
Other than your big tanks and stuff, you know.
Yeah, all my tanks are right now they're in boxes because I moved all the stuff from over there because I'm about to finish building that part of the room out, right? Mm-hmm. So all of that stuff is now in boxes up on the shelves, all the tanks and stuff. But cool. I needed a place to put all the little dudes, and there was a flat level surface there, and I just started putting a few as I was building them, and then.
I was telling people, they said, oh, you know, they look at that and they think that's all you got. And I started laughing. They said, you have no idea what that man's got in that room.
So, wow. John, take a look at this guy.
Put your hand behind him.
There we go. Whoop, yeah. Let's get it. Here.
Oh, wow. Wow,
what is
that? Is a proper old school missile launcher.
That's old, man. The rocket launcher on him is really old. I got a bunch of that stuff in that army as well that I'm finishing. And then a buddy of mine sent me something that was pretty cool.
Who sent you? Oh man, who sent you that piece of do that? Yeah. There you go.
Wow.
I like that.
So Gil sent me this. The paint job on this is freaking wicked. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, I think that blue will match. It might not be the right shade, but it's shiny enough. It'll match. You know.
You know what? It'll be fine for what he's going to be.
Gotcha. Cool. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Now, Steve-O, I know you got something on that desk there, man. What do you got? What you been working on, brother?
Oh, not much, actually.
You know what I'd like to see is that little. You know what? They're sending me those. My tune tanks are finally being sent from Hobby Link Japan.
Right.
Do you have yours handy there to show people?
No, I got it downstairs in my display cabinet.
Yeah, those are really cool, man.
Yeah, but I really don't have nothing on the bench right now because I'm getting ready to travel again for work.
Okay.
So
gotcha. But okay, Mick, you're muted there, buddy.
Yep. Sorry, like I said, I got kids running around.
That's all right, man. I mean, that's okay. You got anything you want to show anybody that you've been working on other than that boat there?
Well, I got a couple things. I got the Bismarck, of course. That's build is currently a little suspended, but been plugging away at some details on that from 1 to 200.
Now, when is your ETA for that deck showing up, or are you even going to wait?
Currently, it's sitting about sometime midway through this month.
Okay.
As of the last time I spoke to him.
Okay.
But I also have a Liberator that I've been working on.
That's the same one that I was going to send Vinny, and Vinny's wife said no way.
Yeah, that's okay. It might have been a blessing for Vinny in disguise, because there's a few issues with this kit I've noticed, certain fitting issues that I can deal with, but I'm pretty sure would send Vinny off the deep end.
Yeah. Cool. How about you, John? You got anything you want to show anybody you've been working on?
Well, the only other thing I've started working on was the Bandai 48 scale snow speeder from Star Wars, which is now in prime. I've painted up the pilots and the cockpit.
You know what? I thought Green Strawberry, I think they have photo etch for that, don't they? I believe they do.
Yeah, they do, but it's Bandai, so I just snap it together and go.
Yeah, gotcha.
As I said, there's a way.
Oh, there it is. There you go. There you go, Steve. That's like the one you got, Steve.
Is it?
Yeah. See, there's a guy in the back right there. See him?
Yeah, I can't wait to start.
Now you can build that a couple of different ways, right, John?
Yeah, it comes with the I can't remember what they're called, the big guns and the shorter guns as well.
I think the big ones, the short ones are thuds. The long ones are the Hydra part.
Yeah, I prefer the longer ones, and just because sometimes I like to paint my sci-fi 40K stuff. It's Tau Hammerhead done in Iron Man colors.
Oh, that's a Tau take. That's awesome.
What paints did you use? For those that don't know, what paints did you use on that? If you don't mind being asked.
That again is mainly Tamiya Clears over a Vallejo metal color chrome.
I like the way that came out. You did a good job on that. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it's just a fun little thing I chucked together in a few days.
The man loves his Tau stuff, huh? Or Eldar. Eldar's what you like.
I'm Eldar, but it's because it's an older kit. It was going fairly cheap in Games Workshop, so
cool.
I managed to pick it up for what I would call a decent price for what was in the box.
Wait, now me, I've got a few things here. Let me switch my camera. There's a couple of them that I got off to the side there. I'm not gonna. There's one that I'm not gonna show at the moment, but I finished this guy. This was it had been sitting. I bought it from a local guy that he had put it together, primed it, and for some reason didn't want to work on it no more. So I finished it. I just gotta find a nice, decent base for him, you know.
Nice.
I got a base from Castworks that I'm thinking about putting them on, you know. I really like the. You know what? I might pick up another one. I really like working. This was all done, you know, just dry brushing. You know, for the most part, other than that chair there and the figure, for the most part, this is just dry brushing on top of dry brushing. You know, multiple layers. You know.
See how far dry brushing can take you. Awesome.
Yeah, and then some inks. You know, the rest. There's a lot of ink on this. A lot of ink. Like you can see all in here. You know. I really like it. Yeah.
I've been watching you paint that on Facebook. That's looking gorgeous, Gil.
These two, I started working on again last night, and I really want to finish them. They're going to be part of a little scenery where I got that little girl with the sword, in her purple corset, and these going to be, you know, next to her. So I shot this with. It's glossy like that. I used Liquitex gloss on it. I wanted to try it. It's the first time I used it, and I really like the way it dried. It's pretty robust, that Liquitex, you know. So yeah, I got these two guys here that I need to finish. This I finished last night, right here. Let me back up a little bit. I finished this little gal this thing here. I really like this Celestine figure. I really like it, man.
Yeah.
I want to pick up another one because I got another paint scheme that I want to do those wings in. You know.
I reckon you should have a go at the Triumvirate of Iniad.
Which one is that?
That's the Eldar one.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they're really nice looking models, though.
Yeah, they are super looking models.
I like the way the I did an over the top kind of marbling. I didn't want it to be. I just wanted a fantasy type thing, you know.
Yeah, that
So
that looks amazing, Gil.
Yeah.
Holy guacamole, dude.
I think it came out nice, you know, all the marbling here and stuff. I should have put this on a piece of wood, you know, but yeah, for now it's good. Printed this up for Mama. I got to paint this, you know. This is just some of that Styrene their skin color, the new skin color.
I am Groot.
Yep. So she wants a Groot for her desk, so I printed this up, and this is a Savage Forge minis. This is the Baron, and I'm doing this as a live kind of thing, you know. So on the Facebook, but I really like this little guy, man. He's pretty cool. Let me see. I gotta fit, you know. I gotta work on his eyes a little bit. So, but I like the way that. Come mind you, I hate this camera, man. I really do. It's starting to anger me. Damn camera. But yeah, you can get this at Savage Forge Minis. I mean, Dennis, he's a hell of a sculptor.
I love that mask, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's the detail on it. When you look at all the little stuff that he's, even that right here, I don't know if you can see it. That little, there's a cord there.
Yeah.
But you got to, you know, you can't see it right now because it's got the blue on there, and I got to go in there with the gold. But you can see all the detail in that, and in the gun there. You know, there's a lot of detail in all of this. You know. But that's what there's another couple of big pieces that I'm doing, but I won't show those just yet. Those are things that I'm doing for you, of course, Richard. But I don't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. It's some guy named Richard, man. And, you know. And this guy, I think I'm gonna start working on blocking this guy out. Now, this one here was made by Richard, and he sent it to me. You know, so. It's in the cool thing. Look, this comes out, and I got all the guns and stuff are right here in the bag. They're all magnetized.
It's got a lot of parts.
It's got a lot of parts, man.
Even when it's fully assembled, it's got a lot of parts.
Yeah, I can't wait to paint this though, man, because I'm thinking I'm gonna probably freehand some you know, like a mural here, you know, and then I was thinking about here was probably, you know, either a dragon skull. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, hey Joe, that right there is total VDR right there.
Yeah.
That is a Thunderhawk gunship on steroids.
Oh yeah. There's two other guns. There's two guns I got to put on here. Remember Richard? We were talking about them. Yep. I probably will never be able to use it in the game because people will freak out when they see it. But it is what it is. Also got this. I picked this up a couple of weeks ago, and I keep forgetting to show it. You know, it's not a bad book. You know, there's I got to get that set of paints, the Optolong paints.
What's it for, Gil? What do you?
It's skin tone, flesh and skin tones.
Like how to? Is that kind of?
Yeah. You know, some of these books they don't. You know. I'd rather watch a video to see it, but the books aren't bad. You know, I mean, they give you here. Let me I mean, it shows you like the details, how to block them out. Like if you go like here, eyes. You know, it'll start. You know, you start working all the way through and how to do the eyes. You know, what I don't like about books like this is they really don't. You know, you see it, and then it tells you can paint the final highlight. Well, what final highlight? If you don't know how to paint it,
where is it? Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you yourself have never painted one, here it tells you paint the final highlight. Well, what highlight?
Well, yeah, they're not telling you any paint or color references or anything.
Yeah, and what is a highlight?
Right. And then like here, you know, of course the eye is blue, but it tells you, you know, okay, it tells you here to paint it in a dark blue, blah blah blah. It's if you know how to paint, and you got some kind of an idea, this is not bad. But if you're a beginner, this is not what you want, you know.
Right.
Right.
That's
not at least not there, you know. But if you go here, you know, and like here, it tells you how to do the flesh tone. So it goes in the steps. He's using the AK paint. I personally wouldn't use it. You know, the stuff is terrible, man. At least for me, you know, I know.
noticed that about the other books in that series.
What's that?
And the same thing with the other books in that series. Same thing about the no paint references. And
Yeah, there's no paint references. It doesn't give you anything like that. Here, it gives you, like, these are oil paints, so it gives you some, you know, idea of what to do. But then they throw in something like this, and then you have this first first step to painting, but it's already painted. But it's telling you that's the first step. So yeah, there's a couple of little, you know, some, you know, how to do a dark skins.
Yeah, just a lot of eye candy.
That's basically what it is. I can, you know, myself, I can look at it and I see what he's doing, you know where the highlights are, and then you can take it from there. But for a beginner, this is not what you want, man. You know, you learn more on YouTube than you do with this. You know, I mean, I got it pretty cheap on eBay, so, you know, I only paid $8 for it on eBay. You know, so I don't know how much it's worth, but I bought a couple more sets of the Optalong, and then when I asked for a revised, you know how when he asked for a revised thing for shipping, he dropped this down, and this was $8. So,
wow.
I don't know if he made a mistake or what, but I got it for $8.
That's about a $21 book.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't pay.
YouTube around that.
Yeah, I didn't pay it because this came with these two sets here that I bought. Oh,
Nice.
not that one. It was this one, these two. It was this one and this one. The rust and red and this came with this book. So when I asked for a revised, because, you know, these were, you know, he threw it in, and this ended up being $8. So, you know, I like I said, I think he made a mistake, but that's all right. I wouldn't. It's a nice book if you want the eye candy.
He may have gotten a bunch of samples and then threw it in.
Could be, yeah, it could be. Like here, you know, they're giving you the theories, but you know what? Again, if you're just beginning, this is not really, you know. You see that? This is confusing. It's confusing to somebody that doesn't know how to paint, you know.
Yeah.
Or just starting. But anyway, it's not bad. I mean, if you guys, it's you would understand it, Steve. Richard, you get it. Mick, John, you guys would get it, you know. But if I were to hand this to somebody that's just starting out, it would confuse them, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to start there for sure.
Yeah, you don't want to start with something like that there. So, but yeah, let me switch my camera again.
And like you say, Gil, you know, there's tons of videos out there where guys do go step by step. You can always pause it.
Well, you know, I've been watching a lot of what is that, Twitch?
Yeah. Yep.
Twitch. And, you know, watching these guys paint, you know, and you can never not learn something, you know. Just, you know, you're never as good as you think you are. You know what I mean? And you always find somebody that does something a little different. You know, some things that you've forgotten that you used to do, and you just watch different people's techniques, man. And you know, Twitch is a good place to learn stuff, man. You know, really, you know, I think because you can watch these guys get on there and they got a live stream going for 2 hours and they're actually painting, you know, and then they'll jump over to somebody else. To me, it's a little bit more better than the YouTube because a lot of these guys are doing that Patreon stuff, you know. So after they've had it on Patreon, they'll put it up on like, what's his name, the Bam Gumbo guy. What's his name again? Oh geez, I can't think of Next Level Painting.
Lagasse?
Oh, there you go.
No, well, he's the Emerald Lagasse of painting. Yeah. Now the guy can paint. Damn good painter. They just the bam boom voodoo bingo and all, you know. that kind of the bro talk turns me off. But he's a hell of a painter, though, man. You know? But so, you know, I wanted to talk about. I got asked a question before we go. I got asked the question of why we weren't on live anymore. Why we weren't doing our shows anymore, and did we were we chased off of the YouTube? And I said, you know, yeah, I mean, literally, somebody asked me if we got chased off YouTube, and I said, no, man. I mean, we got lives. You're busy. You know, with your move back to Colorado, building the basement, getting the house together. Steve back and forth, you know, with his thing, you know, Baltazar, you know, that man works just like crazy, you know.
Oh yeah, he's always.
You know, the summertime, I've been spending a lot of time with my grandson, but we're gonna try to wrap this back up and try to get our schedule back again, you know. And I'd like to court. There's some things, and I wanted to throw this out there. There's something that might be in the works coming soon. Another 48-hour build, but it won't be until the beginning of the year. Yeah. And there's gonna be a few different. I learned a lot. We learned a lot from the last one.
Yes, we did.
What to do, what not to do.
Yep.
But I think you know, if you include people that you respect and you admire and you trust in the community, and you include certain people from the community, I think it'll be a lot better, you know, and you can make it'll be a lot bigger. So I think we're working on that right now. I don't have everything, all the specifics yet. So if anybody, you know, I know I've been asked a lot about it. What are your thoughts on it, guys? Richard, what are your thoughts on it? Should we do another one?
Oh, absolutely. I had a blast. That was great.
John, what do you think? John, should say something like that. What do you think about that whole concept, you know?
I did the last one. I loved every minute apart from the couple of hours I passed out after about 30.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I don't want to stay, because if you're trying to do that and you're trying to stay live all 48 hours, man, you know, things happen, man, where you forget something, you don't write something down, you know, whatever, and things happen. So I think there's one of the lessons we learned on that. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, and I think we discussed this. I mean, we want to promote the hobby, but we also want to make it good for those who've been with us already in our community, those subscribers that have stuck with us through thick and thin. We want to acknowledge that. So
yeah, I think when we start finalizing this, we want to be able to ensure that the people that have been subscribers to whoever we bring in, because there's going to be a partner in this. I don't want to speak for them right now because it's not set in stone, but they're members and our members. You know, we had a lot of people that just showed up, got their kit, gone, never heard from them again. So we want to make sure that people that are subscribed to Styrene Syndicate, Red Dragon, Mountainworks, and the other people that we're going to potentially talk to, that they we got to figure out a way to reward our subscribers and our members and the community that's part of the community in general, and not have just the mercenary guys that come in just for a gift and, you know, prize and disappear. But we'll figure all that out as the time comes, you know. We talked about that, right, Steve? You know, some kind of way to ensure that our members and our community members and people that have supported you have a way to, you know,
right.
You know, they have a shot at getting some of those prizes. Because I'm going to tell you something, guys. I'm going to reach out. I've made a few more contacts, and there's other people out there that are more than willing to help us, and it'll be a big one. But the other thing is I'm not going to eat. These guys are not going to eat the shipping costs, because, man, they killed me last time, guys. I mean, it was well over $500 in just shipping, you know, and that came out of my pocket with the help of a few people. Came out of my pocket, you know, and their pocket. They got people that pitched in. That ain't going to happen again, you know. So I think when we do that, if you win a prize, you know, and if it's a substantial prize, because we'll see that, you know, maybe you can at least kick in some of the costs for the shipping. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that seems sensible.
Yeah, I think we do it a lot smarter this time.
Yeah, I mean, I put that thing together in what, a week and a half?
Oh yeah, it was, you know, I mean, the conception was great. The intent was awesome. It was heartfelt. It was from the heart. But the problem was we just didn't spend enough time putting it all together, because it just happened. You know,
yeah,
it was there.
Yeah, and I wanted to do it. Well, at first I said I wasn't going to ever do it again, because it brought me a lot.
The next week, oh my God, yes.
Well, because just some of the, you know, you get people that get angry if they don't win, and then they accuse you of cheating.
Right.
I remember some of the comments. Oh, you guys rigged it. And,
oh yeah.
You get, and I know that probably you guys get that too, John, over there. You probably heard that before too. You know, what you guys with, because you guys give away what, 2 or 3 things every Friday.
Yeah,
So-
we've not really had it. I mean, only jokingly. It's not really been called out fix or anything like that. But yeah, you're always aware of it.
Yeah, you have to be aware of it, and I think there were some mistakes made on my part, and I acknowledge them, and on other people's parts, and I don't want to make those mistakes
And
again.
everybody's human, man. Everybody's
Well, yeah. So anyway, we're gonna do it again. Give me time, guys. Give us time. The guys here, the brothers here, that we're gonna put this together, but we're gonna do it smart. We're not gonna run a full 48 hours nonstop without sleep. That's not gonna happen.
no.
Mistakes get made like that, and people got lives. But we're gonna keep running about maybe 16 hours every day.
That's a good length, man, to be sitting in a chair and building.
Well, I mean, whoever comes in with us, they run 8 hours, and as their 8 hours is finishing up, the other 8 hours kicks in.
That's it.
And then you get time to decompress. You check your notes. You do this. You talk to your guys. Make sure their notes jive with what you've written down, the names and all this other stuff. Because when you got that this thing running on the side, once you shut it down, you lose that.
Yep.
So you can't go back unless you take photo screenshots.
Yep.
And you know what, I never thought it. I didn't even think about it. Take screenshots. We were just moving.
Right. I mean, if arguably if there are people out there in the world that do telethons and things like that for money, and they expect to make money off of it, I'm sure they think of all that crap. But
that's why we're gonna
on this. We lose money, so it's not
Oh
like
yeah, I think that's why we're gonna do this smart. We're gonna bring in a partner or two with us because there's some people that would like to partner up with us to do it. It's for the betterment of the community. You reach a bigger crowd.
Right.
More people get to know you, and then you have some people in there with you. They get to promote their channels where they're doing it. If they want to give something away, that's up to them. It's not part of what we're doing, but everybody benefits from it. So you guys keep an eye on that. We're gonna do that, and look, John says he was hallucinating during the last 4 days. You know what? Lenny Buckley didn't sleep the whole time.
Yeah, I didn't sleep. I think I literally fell unconscious for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I'd been awake since like 4 a.m. on Thursday.
So that's crazy, man. So, well, is there anything else you guys would like to discuss before we wind this down and we kick in a hangout?
Well, the other Halloween group build is Mindless Model Works. He's the one doing it, along with what Kenny Conklin, I believe, is doing one also.
You got Trek Works, Mindless Model Works. You still got the CP 101 appreciation bill going on too.
Oh, it's a sci fantasy one, sci fantasy Halloween. So those are the three that I know of.
And don't forget the CP 101 bill.
Yes.
For Chris Cortel, that's still going on. If anybody in the chat here, if anybody watching this later on, if you would like to be a part of this, if you would like to be interviewed by us, we're going to try to do this every 2 weeks. We just, my life now doesn't, we can't, we're going to wrap it back up. So we're going to try to get, you might not have all four of us in at one time. You might only have two of us. There might be three of us. We might all be here. But we're going to start running it every 2 weeks. You got Richard, Steve, and Baltazar. They have always been my confidants. I run everything through them, man. I don't do this without them. So if I can't, if one of them isn't there, if all of us aren't together, usually I won't run the show because I like the point where we can kick things off with each other. But there'll be more people from the community. I've already got in 2 weeks. I already got another interview. Les, he's going to be our next interview in 2 weeks. You guys check it out, So if you guys would like to be a part of this, you know how you get a hold of me, man. Either through the Google Plus page, you can drop me a message here, Facebook, it's Red Dragon Model Works and Styrene Syndicate, or you can get a hold of Steve over Steve Sutton, Scale Model Kit Review. Steve, I forgot. Your other pages, please. What are the other pages that you have on Facebook, my friend?
I have the Star Wars Builders page. and that's growing every day. I mean, we get people continually going there. I have a Star Trek Master Modeler page. I have what else? I have
You got your scale model kit review.
Scale Model Kit review, and the three big ones are just like I said, the Star Wars Master Builders page and the Star Trek.
Right. Now, you know, those are Steve's pages. I help him admin it. So, you know, he doesn't tolerate, like any other community, no monkey business or nothing like that. So, you know, there's some questions on there that you'll have to ask to get in, because we want to make sure you're not a troll or selling sunglasses. But also with John, your page again?
Is Sharpie's Models.
At Sharpie's Models, and you can also see him with the live, you know, crew, the ISM, you know.
ISM Live at the Bench, International Scale Modeler on Facebook,
and also the forum.
On the forum.
Awesome. Richard?
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say before we go?
Man, it's a hobby. Build a model.
Build a damn model. Now, guys, again, we have this brother here. He's my moderator on both my pages. These guys are the admins. He's my moderator. He's a damn good moderator. So you got Mick Doherty. He's the moderator. Now, I sometimes, you know, if you can't get a hold of me and he's running a hangout, he immediately can get a hold of me. He speaks for us when we're not there. You know, he's got our confidence. So you guys got any questions and we can't answer them, you always can go to him and he can get them to us. So Mick, you know, he's also got, what's your page, your YouTube page, Mick?
Yeah, my YouTube is Tiny Admiral.
And why Tiny
on
Admiral?
Facebook as well, there's the Tiny Admiral Scale Ships by Mick.
Why Tiny Admiral? Small ships?
Because I build tiny ships.
Yeah. So there he is, guys. Again, we'll probably be looking, maybe I'll talk to these guys a little later on. Probably be looking to add another 2 mods on there, because we're growing, man, you know. And it's I can't do it alone anymore. And these guys they're like Richard, he's got a stressful job. Steve, you know, he's got a hell of a job. Baltazar, that poor guy, man, he don't come up for air. So, you know, Mick's been a real big help to us, you know, so.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Mick.
then there's Mick, you know, the guy who's like a bad infection. You can't just scratch him off, you know.
Yeah, you can't. You know, Vinny's trying. Vinny wants me to make him mine, but we'll lose everybody if Vinny gets out. Nah, I'm just joking, Vinny. So, guys, give us about 10 minutes. I'll start a hangout thread here. If you guys want to be a part of it, you're more than welcome to come and join us. There's only 10 spots, guys, so you'll find the link on Styrene Syndicate Facebook page, Red Dragon Model Works Facebook page, or either of the League of Extraordinary Sprue Cutters or Styrene Syndicate G+ pages. You'll also sometimes I put them up on Scale Model Kit Review also, so you can find the link there too. I encourage you guys, please subscribe to these guys, support them. Again, thank you, John. I appreciate all you coming in, man. You know, so and sitting with us. And in 2 weeks. Family and game is cool. You guys stick around for a hangout if you guys want to come with us, man. You know, sit down and just, you know, it's not going to be live. I don't know. Should we do it live, guys?
I don't see why not.
Okay, we'll do a hangout live, guys. So for a little, at least for about 2 hours, and then we get off and we can let our language go.
Yeah, you're gonna let Vinny off the leash sooner or later, you know.
Hey, like we always say, man, you know, be good to your families, man. Love your children. You know, leave the drama to the queens. That's where it belongs, brothers. And hey, man, build a goddamn model, man. Peace, brothers.